Yo, 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 what it do, family? High value basketball. We are back once again with the best basketball commentary on this side of the whole entire planet. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, man. You dig? Man, these 76ers. Oh, man. The Doc Rivers era 76ers. The process era 76ers. The you need to jump off the bandwagon 76ers. That's what the is. Come on, y'all. The 76ers, man, they're not a championship team, and they never were. The acquisition of James Harden, of course, was a much needed move to help get them out of the situation that they were in with the Ben Simmons saga. But I'm here to tell you, y'all, the addition of James Harden and the addition of all of those other complementary players is not good enough to put this team over the hump and get them to a championship. It's just not going to happen, y'all. And the reason being is because of the two star players on the team and, yes, the coach, primarily. And when you have James Harden as your primary star or your second star, you are not going to win a championship, y'all. The fact that they vied for James Harden's services out of Brooklyn, it really just shows the type of situation that the 76ers were in, especially with the GM, with Daryl Morey. The 76ers knew they had to make a move so that the fan base would not start to boo these dudes off the court, because they would realize that the process had been a complete failure. So to boost morale, they get the James Harden situation going. But to be honest, the James Harden situation isn't going to fix a thing. You know why? Because James Harden, he has already built up his legacy and his player profile in Houston. His play style and the things that he are used to and the way that he has maximized his game and got the best years out of himself were on a whole nother squad. What we're seeing is James Harden entering the official past his prime of his career, the twilight kind of era of his career. And a lot of people don't realize that that's where we're at with these folks like James Harden, Kevin Durant, things of that nature. The average NBA player only has a top level NBA player only has a 15-year career. You realize these dudes are in like year 12, year 13. Like, James Harden has been in the league for a while, y'all, and he doesn't have that much left in the tank. Yes, he had the wonderful offseason and he got himself together. But you see, the writing was on the wall. The man suffered from a lingering injury for 2 years, essentially, a year and a half, whatever. And it took that long for him to get it together. If you have to rehab that much, you're past your prime. And if prime James Harden couldn't get to the finals, now, of course, he probably could have, maybe. There was that Warrior squad with KD, total unfair. But just keeping it real, regardless of such, if a prime James Harden could not lead them to the finals, what makes you think a 90% or 85% James Harden is going to be able to do it? He's not. And on top of that, he's not going to be able to do it with a new team, a whole new array of teammates, a whole new system that he has to learn, and playing in a similar type of play style that he played before that did not lead to any playoff success. Dude's out there dominating the ball. He's dominating the whole offense. He's running the whole show. Now, of course, he's doing so with very good assist ratios and stuff like that. He's not just ball hogging. But the simple play style does not conduce a win at the highest level. And on top of that, this particular play style is ruining it's ruining Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is a dominant center who has never played with a dominant wing. Never. He has been the show pretty much his whole career for the most part. He was damn near the MVP last year. So he does not know how to adjust to not having the ball in his hands, but he doesn't know how to adjust to not being the main focal point of an offense. I've been watching these games. They look real stagnant out there. He looks real, I don't even want to say confused. He just looks like he's just planted on the block waiting for somebody to pass him the ball. There's no real oomph to what they are doing on that particular court, because the show has shifted from the dominant big man to the preeminent playoff or preeminent all-star wing. And so with this big change and shift that both Embiid and James Harden are going through with their roster, and on top of the fact that Doc Rivers is a mid-tier coach, let's keep it trill. The dude is mid-tier. He's not the highest tier. So he's still riding from the fame of his Boston days, man. We saw what he did with the Clippers. Of course, they had horrible injury luck, so there is that. But regardless, man, the coach could never get no squad over the hump, man. He really couldn't. He benefited from having the big three in Boston, and they carried that team. He definitely had some dope schemes. Don't get it twisted. Some very dope schemes to keep them, a top tier team for that whole tenure. But the NBA has changed. We're in a much more movement heavy offense. We're in a much more 3-point, heavy offense. And when I see the 76ers go out there and play, and I see how they just look like they're in mud all the time, I'm looking at the coaching schemes. And these schemes look outdated, and the schemes don't look like it's going to get maximum efficiency and maximum ability out of the players on the roster. It's just not it. And so now that James Harden is out for an extended amount of time, Joel Embiid is going to have to carry the team. And Joel Embiid's intensity for MVP, it ain't there, y'all. He is not playing with the same intensity at all. Of course, he may be deferring to James Harden and let him, get his shine. But no, I'm just simply saying that it's not a burnout, but I don't know if you've ever experienced it where, you went through that one particular season in life, let's say a 90-day window where you was just going hard in the paint. I mean, you was just on it. You was putting forth all the effort you got, and you knew you was going hard in the paint. You don't always go that hard, yo. You just don't. And so knowing that Joel Embiid went that hard last year because he wanted that MVP, he wanted the recognition, and he didn't get it. Yeah, that was a little that was a little kick in the shin. And so now he's going to come out and probably just be more focused on winning. Of course, he may still want the MVP, but I'm telling you, that punch in the gut of not winning after trying so hard, psychologically, you're probably not going to try that hard again. So we got Harden out, and then we got Joel Embiid basically being in a little bit of a mini funk. Ain't no way in hell this team is going to get to the championship round, y'all. The fact that y'all even thought they were going to be so is laughable. But hey, this is where we are, man. 76ers, y'all are stuck in that high mid-tier, but not championship level squad, yo. Sorry. High value basketball. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.